Have you ever felt surrounded by people yet still completely alone? You scroll, you chat, you reply, but somehow none of it touches you. That quiet ache beneath the noise, that hollow feeling after endless connection, that's not weakness. It's loneliness, the kind that lives beneath constant stimulation. And in our modern world, it's the most common invisible epidemic. Loneliness isn't the absence of people. It's the absence of resonance. You can be in a crowded room and still feel unseen, because what the human mind craves isn't company, it's connection. And in a society built on constant communication, true connection has become rare. Every message, every post, every notification promises closeness. But what we often get instead is performance. We present fragments of who we are, edited to be liked, filtered to be accepted. And slowly, our relationships become mirrors, reflecting only what others expect us to be. We lose the language of depth. We start mistaking attention for intimacy and interaction for understanding. And in that confusion, loneliness grows. Quietly, invisibly, but deeply. The human brain evolved in tribes, not timelines. It was built for eye contact, tone, shared silence, not scrolling, typing, and pretending. So every time we replace presence with pixels, a small part of us begins to starve. We're connected more than ever, but bonded less than ever. Because digital closeness doesn't feed the soul. It only distracts it. But loneliness isn't just a social issue. It's psychological. It shapes how we see ourselves. When we feel unseen, our self-perception distorts. We start believing that our worth is measured by visibility, that being noticed equals being valued. So we perform harder and connect less. It's a cycle that leaves even the most social person feeling empty at the end of the day. The irony is that loneliness often hides behind busyness. The more disconnected we feel, the more we try to fill the space. Work harder, scroll longer, talk more, think less. We confuse movement with meaning and silence with failure. But silence isn't the enemy. It's the cure we avoid. When you stop drowning in noise, you begin to hear what loneliness is really saying. It's not just I need people, it's I need truth. It's your inner voice reminding you that connection without authenticity is emptiness dressed as comfort. That you can't bond deeply with others until you stop abandoning yourself. Real connection begins in solitude. That's what most people miss. Because when you sit alone, without the phone, without the feed, without distraction, you meet the raw version of yourself. The one who isn't performing, the one who isn't pleasing, the one who's been waiting to be heard. That meeting can feel uncomfortable at first, because silence holds a mirror. And in that reflection, you see every part of yourself you've been avoiding. The regret, the need, the emptiness, the truth. But once you stop running from it, you realize loneliness isn't just a void. It's an invitation. A call to rebuild your relationship with yourself. True solitude doesn't isolate you from others. It reconnects you to authenticity. Because when you're comfortable with your own presence, you no longer chase validation. You begin to attract depth instead of distraction. You stop begging to be seen because you finally see yourself. Loneliness teaches emotional literacy. It shows you what you actually value. When the noise fades, you start noticing which people bring peace and which people drain it. You stop mistaking attachment for closeness and start craving honesty over company. That's when connection transforms from addiction to alignment. The problem is, society doesn't reward stillness. It glorifies visibility. We're told to stay active, stay relevant, stay busy, anything but quiet. Because quiet people can't be controlled by noise. In the moment you disconnect from the collective chaos, you become harder to manipulate. You start thinking for yourself. You start feeling again. You start remembering that peace isn't passive. It's power. But that transition is lonely. Because most of the world is still chasing noise. You'll feel misunderstood, even alienated, when you choose presence over distraction. But in that silence, something profound happens. Your mind and soul realign. you realize that connection isn't about quantity. It's about frequency. Some people match your noise, others match your depth. And depth is what dissolves loneliness. Loneliness is not a flaw. It's feedback. It's your system alerting you that something genuine is missing. It's the emotional hunger for meaning, not popularity. And if you listen carefully, it will guide you back to what truly matters: authenticity, understanding, stillness, presence. So when you feel alone, don't rush to escape it. Sit with it. Ask it what it's trying to show you. You might realize that the space you're afraid of isn't empty. It's sacred. It's the place where your real self starts speaking again. The hidden psychology of loneliness is this: it doesn't destroy you. It purifies you. It strips away the false identities that kept you busy but unfulfilled. It reveals who you are beneath the noise. Because when the world goes quiet, your truth finally has room to speak. So don't run from loneliness. Learn from it. Because the more comfortable you become with silence, the less you'll depend on the noise to define you. And when you can sit alone and feel full, that's not loneliness anymore. That's freedom.